This time on JKGarage, we're installing this heckin' sick CarPlay radio in Kasey's 2011 Subaru Impreza.
Ooh. First things first, we're going to remove the bezel around the stock radio. We recommend getting some plastic trim removal tools so you do not mar the surface. This is very tight in my vehicle, so we found the easiest way to do it is come right here in the corner and push, and we'll pop out the clips, and then you can kind of work the tool around and pop off all the clips all the way around. Don't rush it so you don't break anything. And there's the view of all the clips that you have to pop off. And we started right here in the corner, getting that one. Then you need to remove the 4 Phillips head screws on all 4 corners. Then with those 4 screws removed, the radio should pull straight out. Straight, there we go. And you can disconnect the wiring harness, the ground, and the antenna. The wiring harness has a button right on top here that you want to push down and then pull out. Try to pull by the connector itself and not the wires. Now it's time to prep your aftermarket radio to be installed into your 08 to 2011 Impreza. Metra actually makes a nice trim kit for it, and you actually do need it for this install. The part number is 95-8902, and you can follow these easy to follow instructions on how to install the trim kit on your factory or aftermarket radio. This is what it's going to look like as a finished product. I recommend stealing the screws from the Subaru factory that are used to hold on the metal bracket on the stock radio, because they seem to be better quality than the screws that came with the aftermarket radio. And then before you get to wiring, I recommend taking this into the car and test fitting it to make sure everything will fit and you're not just wasting your time.
Alright, so for the wiring for this, it's pretty simple. We recommend getting the wiring harness for your car. For Kasey's car, it's Metra 70755-2, and this makes it so we can solder these 2 harnesses together and we don't have to cut anything. If you're not using one of these, you'll have to look up all the wiring diagram for your car, for your radio, and you'll have to match up your car's colors with these colors based off of what goes to what. But for this, it makes it really simple because all these colors just match up together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, so once you have everything soldered up and taped up real good, we have some extra wires here that we didn't use for the reverse camera. There's some random antenna wires and then parking brake input, which we didn't need. We're going to zip tie these just so they're off to the side and don't get in the way. This is ready to go back in, but one more thing with the actual radios themselves. There was a ground here that had a plug for it inside the car, and we just took it off of here. Moved it over to this radio chassis, and so it grounds out the actual radio itself. There's a ground on here, but I guess with this year's Subaru, the radio chassis is also grounded out. And that's it, so let's put it back in. Alright, so now that we're back in the car, we're ready to throw everything back in. Plug your wiring harness into the radio. And then back into the harness of the car. Then we taped up the CarPlay Android Auto cable since it's just USB and we don't want this unplugging when we put the radio back in because we'd have to take the whole radio back out to plug it back in. Other than that, we have our microphone wire all tucked in there nicely and zip tied to the side of the air vent. So on this cable,
it's a really tight fit.
So we won't need to tape that one. That's the wrong spot.
Oh shit.
It goes into this one. Wow, I swear, dude.
Shh, it didn't happen.
Okay.
This is PG-13.
Then that should be everything. So we can start to pull some of these wires back through. Oh, just kidding. I forgot the ground. Where's that one?
He's tucked up here.
Oh, here it is. So that ground that we moved to the back of the radio, we're going to plug that in, but that one's pretty short, so we'll have to go on as the radio goes in. So we're to just send all your wires back here. Push this thing in. Beautiful. Then you got your 4 screws. Put those back in. Alright, so we're ready to slab this trim in. It's just all clips, so it should just clip in. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And then turn her on. Beautiful. And then you're done.